Hey guys, welcome to another video of mine. It's Commander Belay, and this is your review for the Chelsea versus Tottenham Hotspur game away at Tottenham, where we were victorious. We got the 3 points and we won the game. I mean, this game was so crucial. It honestly was so crucial, and I wasn't confident heading into the game, but what a performance by every single individual on the pitch. Of course, I did have some reservations regarding the lineup, but Willian ran the show. Willian the magician runs the the London Derby show, away at Tottenham to get all 3 points to extend our 6 point gap. Of course, we're only 3 points ahead, and now we've extended it 6 points clear at the top four. And this game was vital. This Christmas period, especially this game away at Tottenham against a Mourinho side, Master versus the Apprentice, where we had to get the 3 points. And honestly, I'm ecstatic. And what better way than to get 3 points against your arch rivals Tottenham away from home as well, plus a clean sheet. Honestly, it was honestly stunning, and 2-0 victory at Tottenham Hotspur, a clean sheet as well, which I didn't expect. So, you know, very, very big performances from, many individuals. Shout outs to Kurt Zuma, shout outs to Mason Mount, who I'm not the biggest fan of, as you guys know. Shout out to Willian the Magician. Going to be making a separate little cameo in this video for him separately. Fantastic performance once again by Mateo Kovacic. Really promising performance as well by the likes of Tomori, Kepa as well. Really good performances. I'm proud of most of the team there, and I'm happy that we got the 3 points in the end. Of course, getting to lineup, lineup was, of course, I had a lot of reservations. I was quite disappointed with the lineup, and honestly, like I said at the time, it was one of the worst lineups I saw. But of course, I need to kind of simmer down a bit the reactionary status of me, the fan side of me, and kind of see it with a bit of context. There's always context behind each selection, and of course, it was a tactical decision by Frank Lampard. Of course, we went with a three at the back formation, a kind of a 3-5-2 in that sense. Kepa in goal, Alonso and Azpilicueta as the wing backs, Tomori, Kurt Zuma in the heart of the defence, and of course with Rudiger as well, who came back. Going to be shouting out also Kovacic and Kante in that pivot, with Mount left wing, Willian right wing, and Tammy around front. However, Mount was obviously acting as an inverted winger alongside Willian. They're both acting as inverted wings. This is where the tactical sense comes in, where Willian and Mount were acting as inverted wingers, so essentially two cams, and it was the two cams of Willian and Mount who were high press, high work rate, winning the ball back, skillful, and we're up against Tottenham's two DMs in Sissoko and of course Eric Dyer, and they ran the show. And this is such a tactical masterclass because Mourinho expected the back four, he expected us to play between the lines. However, we played utilising our width, utilising the wings. By playing through at the back, it allowed Alonso and Azpilicueta to overlap the fullbacks. And of course, Alonso's preferred position is the left wing back spot, so it made tactical sense. Kovacic controlling the game, transitioning the midfield as well, controlling the tempo of the game. Kante being that ball-ready midfielder, he had the tactics spot on, and not just the tactics from Lampard, but he had the substitution on spot on as well. The timings of substitutions, the type of substitutions, he had everything spot on. Like I said, last few games, Lampard has taken massive L for the defeats. However, today, he rectified a situation. He got the tactics spot on as well, and I'm really proud of this performance. And of course, massive performance by Mason Mount. Of course, I criticise him a lot. I think that, he's overrated, and I've said many times I'm not his biggest fan. However, today he had a fantastic performance. Not only was his pressing and his work rate on point, his positioning sense was really good. He got into really good spaces in the half space in between Tottenham's lines. He pressed well as well. His passing was on point. He should have got a goal for himself, and I was really happy with Mason Mount's performance. This is what I want from Mason Mount. I want consistency. Of course, he's only 20, so you can't expect too much from him, but I just want a bit more consistency from Mason Mount. That is my main criticism for him. But the reason why it was a massive tactical masterclass by Frankie Lampard, Super Frank, was because he had those two cams, those two inverted wingers of Willian and Mount, who were just behind the striker, Tammy Abraham. They were dominating the midfield. That's the key here. We dominated the midfield, hence why we comfortably won the game. Because, of course, we put Sissoko and Eric Dyer on immense amounts of pressure, forcing them into mistakes, hence why both of them were ended up on yellow cards. We pressed them well, we won the ball back, and Tottenham couldn't cope. And, of course, we were just living in their heads rent-free, especially in the second half. And I'll get into the red card in a minute, especially in the second half, we're just living rent-free. Now, of course, Tammy Abraham, really good performance by him as well. Of course, he didn't score. He did score, actually, but it was offside. Good link-up play, good physicality. Of course, there was some criticism of the lineup, no Pulisic at all. But, of course, we have some big fixtures coming up. We're going to a heavy Christmas period, so, of course, it's going to be a bit... we're going to have to rest players, and, he had the tactics spot, and that's what I'm proud of. Now, getting into a man of the match, Willian, honestly, this guy was a monster. This guy was on point. Had a brace, was magnificent, and it was a complete masterclass from the magician. He ran the show, he ran the London derby, and we dominated Tottenham. Two beautiful goals. The first goal shifted Aurier, sent him back to Ivory Coast, and put it bottom bins away from Gazaniga. Was fantastic in that game. His passes, his outside the boot passes. Usually with Willian, I always criticise him with decision making, but every single decision he made in this game was on point. This is what I mean by Willian. He always has these purple patches, but I want to see consistency, his pressing, his work rate. And for us to win this game, Willian and Mason Mount were crucial because they were our only outlets to supply Tammy Abraham. They were our only outlets for our attacking force. And them two had to have a good game for us to have any chance of getting the 3 points. And both of them had world-class performances, especially Willian. Willian was world-class today. Scored a fantastic goal, scored a great penalty. He's never missed a penalty for Chelsea, by the way, every time it's taken. He was on point with his passing. The guy was magnificent, sublime, did not put a foot wrong, and deserved man of the match. Of course, getting to Kurt Zouma, who's in the heart of the defence, a solid rock. Kept a clean sheet mainly because of him. Yes, he got the yellow card stupidly, which is a bit clumsy. However, his aerial presence, winning every single aerial ball, his interceptions, his tackling, his light tackling was so dominant and was a presence, a commanding centre-back that was required in this game, in a big, big game as well. And this is why I rate Kurt Zouma so highly. And I keep telling you guys that he's our best centre-back because of what he gives us, his presence, his aerial dominance, and his passing range is very, very good. His diagonal balls are fantastic. So a lot of praise has to go to Kurt Zouma alongside Tomori, who was his, kind of his shield guarding him along. Rudiger, very, very dominant performance. And of course, I'm going to end this video on a sour note because, of course, racism. And it's something that has to be kicked out in football, unfortunately. And we are now approaching 2020, a new decade, and we are still seeing racism about. And it's truly disgusting. And the reason why Rudiger got these racism chants was because, of course, Heung-min Son got sent off because he was lashed out and kicked out Rudiger. Yes, Rudiger was exaggerated. It wasn't as bad as he made it. However, it was genius of Rudiger, and you got to do what you got to do. And it was violent conduct, and he got sent off. But then, why is that triggering a reaction for the Tottenham Hotspur fans to start making monkey chants, monkey noises? It's completely outdated. It's completely backwards. We are not living in the 1600s or 1700s now. This is the 21st century. We're approaching 2020, and we are still seeing this, and it's utterly disgusting. It's disgraceful, and I feel bad for talking about this because I want to talk about it positively. We had a fantastic performance today, one of the best performances of the season. We're now 6 points clear at the top 4. Of course, a massive 3 points away, especially against Mourinho's Spurs, where we have a lot of rivalry. But it's overshadowed by racism. And not only had the announcer had to announce it once, but not even twice. He had to announce it 3 times. And in my opinion, that's absolutely disgusting. Yeah, honestly disgusting. An object was thrown towards Kepa's direction as well. It's uncalled for. It's not necessary. It's not necessary. This is what I mean by when the Chelsea players were living in their heads rent-free. It's ridiculous. It's honestly ridiculous. It's so unnecessary and it's disgusting. We need to wake up now. It's something that needs to be stamped out. Racism needs to be kicked out. It's not a place in football. And quite frankly, not just football, it's not a place in the world. It's not right. It's not normal. We're all human beings. What gives you the right to be racist to someone when essentially we're all the same inside? We all have different personalities. We all look different. However, deep down, we all have the same insides, we have the same organs, we function the same, we're the same height, identical. It's literally just a skin colour that's different. So what makes you different? What gives you the right to discriminate someone because of their colour of skin? I feel like I'm repeating myself, but it seems that a lot of uneducated people think it's funny to be racist towards another human being. Why? Because he got your man sent off. Why? Because your man was kicking out and due to violent conduct. It's ridiculous and it needs to be stamped out. Racism has no place in football. And like I said, I'm sorry that I'm ending it on sour note, but it had to be said. But yeah, like I said, we're in the top 4 now, 6 points clear Tottenham. This is why the 3 points are vital, because if we lost this game, Tottenham would have been ahead of us. We would have dropped out of the top 4 for the first time this season. They would have been ahead of us on goal difference. This is why the gap is crucial. And come end of the season, when we do get top 4, come the end of the season when we do get top 4, of course, we could be looking back on these type of fixtures and going, thank God we won this game. And if we want to sign your top players such as your Sanchos, your Chilwells, etc., we need to be getting top 4. We need to be secure in Champions League football. And for me, I'm ecstatic. I'm gassed. It's made my weekend. I can watch Match of the Day now for the first time in a month. I can watch Match of the Day, rub my hands and look at the Willian masterclass that was today. And a Lampard tactician. Apprentice versus Master. The Apprentice won. So happy with this performance. But yeah, going to wrap up the video there, guys. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to smash the like button. Smash the like button if you did enjoy this video. Subscribe to my channel if you are new on here. Make sure you hit the notification button for every time I do upload. And comment down below your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. What are your thoughts and opinions on the game? Who do you think was man of the match? And yeah, See you guys for next video. Peace.